There we go.
Okay. OBS, what are you doing?
Can I not just share to Facebook? They used to be okay. There we go. I'm like, that used to be an option. Why is it saying that I am? I don't give it like. Just put it on my Facebook. Don't target people. That's weird.
Okay, maybe my internet's gone a little shitty today. How's the so OBS stream is kind of all over the place with like bitrate and everything right now. How is the how's it look on your end? Like the Discord stream.
The Discord screen looks great. I think it's just because it's the title screen, so there's not a lot of particles moving except for the thing.
Sure.
And on the stream normally it looks great.
Okay.
It's just generally sometimes the first like inch or two, and it's weird. It's not the whole thing. It's just the first few inches get really pixely. But like I can usually see the expressions on the little Twitch app I have open, so we're all good.
All right. Because I'm dropping like a third of my frames right now.
Oh no! Like it's insane when you're like, "How is frame rate a problem in a visual novel game?" Come on, you're killing me. In one game, there's only one thing, and it's stagnant images and text. Well, actually, this one has some moving images, but still, most of it's stagnant. So like, or static. So like, come on.
I'm gonna. It's not consistently bad enough that I don't want to like restart all of my network crap, so I think I'm just gonna keep this the way it is right now.
Gotcha. And anybody in chat who sees it and wants to complain, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hype. Yeah, we hyping. We vibing today.
Send all complaints to Comcast. So,
wait, you have Comcast?
I sure do.
Oh, honey, no.
My options are Comcast or a stick in the eye, so...
Honestly, sometimes I would be like, fuck it, take the stick. Comcast is the worst.
Alright, so before we even...
I think it was on me.
So before we get started, a brief recap of where we are in life right now. We are at the beginning of Rebecca's chapter. Rebecca is probably our medium in that she had ghost encounters before she even saw the fucking letter.
Yeah.
Rebecca sucks. We hate her. We're probably on team kill Rebecca.
Yeah, and I downloaded the little the diary app thing, which is her like side story. Well, it's not really a side story. It's like a prequel.
Yeah.
It's just her diary from when she was in school. And like, wow, I have even less empathy for her because like I got news. I was literally her in like middle school where like I like to write and read. I got pretty decent grades, and nobody liked me or wanted to be my friend. But she's just like, hers is because she's just like, well, I'm really good and I get really good grades, but nobody wants to be my friend, and I'm just gonna be all meh and kind of uppity. And you're like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, my problem was just I was shy and insecure, like, and then people are trying to reach out and she's still kind of being a bitch. So I'm like, got no problem. Yeah, exactly. I'm begging. Nah, I'm a bitch to all my friends because I can't communicate properly. It's fine.
Yep. So
I'm just assuming that Ash is supposed to know how she feels, and since she doesn't, she's mad at him, and then he likes Isabella because he doesn't know that, you know, Rebecca likes him, so she's fucking mad at her, and it's like, could you just get over your shit?
Right. So
yeah, her backstory is I wasn't liked in high school or middle school, and I'm like, boo-hoo, fucking die.
Right.
So
we'll live out that fantasy where she gets to die, and then ghost theory.
Yes. We thought that there was probably maybe two.
For a strong while there, I thought that there was two, and then it's like maybe...
It looks like it morphed into the same. So, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's not two, because I've seen movies and other things where like the entity or the evil thing is like an amalgamation. It's not just one singular. Mm-hmm. So, like, who knows? How is stream doing?
Oh,
sorry, that's you.
I saw Comcast now, and I'm just like, how's it going?
No, it's just because Comcast sucks, like just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. If it gets really bad, just say something, and we can always reset it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
And by we, I mean I mean Fizzle, because like that's not my job.
I
I'm here for
I
witty
know where all the
commentary.
I know where all the boxes are. I can do the thing. So,
Perfect.
I guess you'll start off then.
Yeah. So, as it stands, Hannah's possessed.
Yes.
Zach doing great. Love him. He's a precious baby. We're protecting him at all costs.
Yes.
He seems to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Ash and Isabella and Zach are all on the same page. Ash fucking finally, where he's like, I'm not gonna say it's Ghost, but maybe. And so at least he's like, all right, you know what? Something is going on. Poor fucking what's her name? McCall. Marianne
Oh yeah.
is in a fucking dungeon.
She's in a dungeon and she's not
with
dead,
the ghost.
but she's super
No.
not like alive.
I mean, we can't say. Right now, she's just Schrodinger's home designer. Okay, she's alive, but she's dead. Who fucking knows? She was in there with a ghost. I don't know why the ghost didn't just fucking kill her, but that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
So we'll find that out.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and right now we're following Rebecca as she continues to be a salty bitch for no good reason.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Also, this looks like a shady hotel. If this is supposed to be their apartment complex, like, what?
I'm pretty sure this is a hotel.
Okay, well, we'll find out, because
Like,
this is the start of a new day.
This screams hotel.
Yeah. Also, yeah, she was almost in a fucking accident with Isabella, and Isabella was freaking out. She's like, no, it's fine. We didn't crash. I just shut my eyes for like 30 seconds. It's fine. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just can't believe fucking this bitch. Right. It begins innocently enough. Tuesday morning arrives like any other day before it, bright and clear. Even though it comes with an extra helping of the unusual October weather, I appreciate being able to catch a glimpse of the clear skies lately. Oh, it looks like a hotel. I've seen this fucking hotel, but yeah. Actually, no, I've also seen apartment places like this. It's the ones behind Waterworks.
Mm-hmm.
The, like, crack apartments. Oh, it's terrible. There's a lot less info on the windows, but that's the only difference.
Sure.
Right. After going through a bout of sickness last week, it does something to lift the mood of what would otherwise be a dreary morning. And despite being mostly a creature of habit, I wind up waking earlier than usual because of it. No, I don't like that.
No, that's TV through a wall.
I'm fucking hoping, but we've had noise turn into ghost noise real fast, so...
That's true.
Still no earlier than Isabella, it appears. I've assumed she'll take a day or two off because of what happened to Miss Cooper, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay, so we're post-Rose.
Yes. It probably said the day, but we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
The sound of the morning news drifts from my unit when I walk past on the way to my mailbox. Chances are, around this hour, she's already dressed and ready to go. Probably just waiting for the next bus to arrive. Right, so we're on the morning after Isabella getting ghosts in the office. Okay, so that would be Monday?
But she spent that night at Zach's.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, she spent that night at Zach's.
She did. So maybe it's like right before that. I don't know. We'll piece it together.
Yeah.
I've tried following her example before, but I don't think I'll be repeating that.
Really? How can anyone be up before the sun is up?
Right.
They're called morning joggers, and they are not human. They're literally the worst. It's a habit she got from home, she said, instilled in her by the kind of life she grew up in. Like clockwork, it's always at 4 a.m. Oh, fuck that. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. I thought 5 was gross. Either to help with the chores or prepare her little siblings for school. But at 4? I mean, I know she's got a billion kids, but like, Jesus, just pull some pants on them, slip them in a shirt, and be like, fucking get your shoes on. We're going. It's not that hard. It surprised me the first time. She didn't just look like someone who could. In the end, I've simply passed it off as one of the many things anyone will have to get used to around her.
Oh, yes, it's so terrible for you to put up with your friends, Becca.
Okay, no, getting up at 4, fuck that. Like, that's the person where you're like, if you even tried to talk to me or get me to be up before 7, we're done. This friendship is over. Not that I'll ever fully understand. And I'm my parents' only child. We aren't well off, but so far I've lived a relatively easy life. Exactly, you got no fucking things to fucking bitch about. I didn't have to think about bills or food for the next day, or paying for any siblings' tuition on top of my own, or supporting a sick father's medication. All I have to worry about were my grades, if it gained mom and dad's approval, or da. Yeah, she says da in the diary too, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I think that's an Irishism, maybe.
I don't think she's Irish.
I thought she was.
No, she's just English, I think.
Hmm.
Marianne is Irish.
Yeah, Marianne's Irish, but I thought Becca
Yeah.
might have been too. Oh, Becca's Scottish. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, what we'd be having for dinner. When put next to hers, they all pair in comparison. They look less like problems and more like petty issues this way.
Petty issues.
But is she getting fucking mad at her own pettiness being petty? What the fuck?
I mean, that seems
But
in
as
character.
unimportant as it all sounds, sometimes its ugly head rears at the most inappropriate moments. And sometimes they come through your mailbox in the form of a fancy-looking letter, pretty ribbons and all.
Oh, it'll be a pretty help me.
Whoever, right? Whoever sent this has spent silly money on the envelope alone. Verging on ridiculous, really. I can already imagine Isabella wrinkling her nose when she sees this. Then she'll complain about unnecessary expenditures and rich people problems. I'm almost afraid to touch it myself. As if simply brushing a hand against its crisp surface will be enough to put a crease on it, and it'll be a terrible sight to the sender. What? But as extravagant as I find this, it isn't really the first time I've received one. Most of the time, it's not even for me, so who am I to complain?
What?
I don't... Either way, no look of surprise crosses my face once I flip the envelope over to see my parents' names written in a neat script.
Oh, she has rich parents, so she gets invited to rich
Why
people
is she
things.
getting their mail? Oh, probably then.
Nothing new then.
Why is she receiving her mom's and dad's mail?
I think
Using the academy. Is that how they spell academy?
academe. Yeah.
Academy. Academy. No. Naturally brought with it various connections, people from other fields, art, science, business, politics, you name it. This one, though, gives off a much personal vibe. That's sometimes just a little. It's usually the verb tenses.
Yeah.
They do so well, and then just one thing pops up, and my brain's like, and I'm like, no, it's fine. No one cares. Like I said, writing and food is like all I got.
Mm-hmm.
Letters like this usually come from old students, people who've grown fond of my parents, and they in turn treat like children of their own. I've only met a few of them. Most have moved on to become successful in their chosen careers, and little letters like this are their way of expressing gratitude. It's the one thing Mom and Dad are proud of, rightfully so, and I'm happy for them. But there are times I wish they'll remember they have a daughter here. Oh my god. The real one. Oh wow, you're such a bitch. Not that it's any of any importance now. I'm not using your mom a nice fancy letter then, just being like, hey Ma, I love you. Fuck you. It's not like they didn't raise me well and provided for me. They did. I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for the hard work. But why should I be grateful? I would rather have a stick up my butt. And like a dutiful child, I do everything I can to give back. Even if it's a small thing as letting them know they've got another mail waiting for them. Why are you receiving their letters? What the fuck? Like, why would they have
I have a
their
feeling
teacher's daughter's mailing address for her little apartment instead of theirs? Like, what?
I have a feeling we're gonna get an answer.
Probably.
Or maybe Becca just sucks.
I mean, that's my guess, but porque no las dos. The phone rings for a good minute before someone answers. Mom, her voice as warm as I remember.
Becca?
Hi, Mum. How's the conference going?
Well enough. Until your dad sprained his ankle.
Oh no, is it bad?
I'm all right. In case anyone in this family cares to listen, I'm all right. Very much alive, darling.
And there you have it. He'll be up and walking in a few weeks, don't worry. We're going to have to extend our stay here until it heals, though. Is something the matter?
Nothing big. Just that this mail arrived for you this morning.
A lie. Thankfully, she doesn't notice. Although, if I'm going to be honest, small part of me yearns for her to do so and ask me about it, but I put down that idea almost as soon as it surfaces. God, just communicate your feelings or quit getting mad at people for not knowing. Like, fuck! It's literally just that. It's that simple, you dumb bitch. I shouldn't make them fret. They're busy.
What does it say?
Raise your glasses, give cheers to the good times, blah, blah.
Becca manners. That isn't how I taught you to read.
Sorry. You are cordially... it's an invitation, Mum, for a housewarming party. From, Hannah?
The name rings a bell, though at the moment I can't recall when or where I've heard it recently. There must be nothing too important if I didn't bother committing it to memory. There are a lot of Hannahs in the world, so who knows?
Hannah.
She also wrote you a note, Mum. It says you used to be her private tutor at the Evans mansion, and that she misses you and would love to see you two again.
Makes my clench to read another openly say those words to them. The same ones I want to tell them. Just tell your parents you love them!
Jesus.
This is some lady who seems to think that, like, if somebody else loves somebody you love, there's not enough love to go around. That's not how love works. Time is different, but, like, love, no.
I got an idea. What if you said you wanted to see your parents again to your parents?
Yeah, you're like, hey, we should have dinner when you're back in town. They'd be like, oh, that would be lovely. Your father would love that, wouldn't you? And he'd be like, yeah, if anybody cares, I would love that. I'll cook. I love you. They seem delightful. Becca's just fucking insane.
Yeah.
I want to see you too. It's been years since we've been together as a family. And if there's one thing that hasn't changed from childhood, it's that Mom and Dad are still busy with their respective careers. Out of the country, away on some meeting or symposium, sometimes for months on end. It only grew more frequent with the years until I'm old enough to live on my own. I'd like to think that's how I've become independent at such an early age. They've always praised me for that. At times, I wish they didn't.
Evans? Oh, I remember now. Honey, it's Hannah. Hannah Evans. Remember? Bright girl, 2 years older than Becca?
Didn't she get married a few years ago? 7 now, I think. But they grow up so fast, these kids.
Yeah, she invited us to that too. Fonte de Medici. But we missed that one because you had to present your paper in Singapore.
We did send
I
her
don't
a note
know
after.
her mom's
Still a
accent's
shame we
supposed to
couldn't
be.
attend,
It's
though.
weird.
Yeah, that mom accent is all over the place.
What is it about
Yeah,
this
like,
time?
She sent another invite for a housewarming party. Becca, when is it?
Porty.
Porty.
Yeah, like what? That doesn't. I don't know what that one is.
This Friday, Mum.
Oh, that's too bad. We'd love to be there, but Da's not in a condition to go walking around. I guess we'd have to decline again. I really miss that girl.
I could go in your place.
I let it slip without thinking. Personally, I've never been fond of gatherings, regardless of how simple people make it seem. But if there's one thing I hate hearing, that disappointed note in Mom's voice always ranks first. Oh yeah, she definitely acts like she's super mature in the head, but she is absolutely the biggest baby. Oh my god.
Yep.
Like, Zach is so nice and caring, and he fucking watched his parents get shot to death for being black. And, like, he still manages to be pretty well balanced and caring, so, like, Beck has no fucking excuse to be shitty. Okay, none. Zero. Negative. Fucking learn to communicate your feelings, or quit getting mad at people for not knowing.
Like before this, it was a case of just like, you know, Becca is a terrible person and I hate her. But now is like, we get the backstory on Becca and it's just like, wow, you really don't have an excuse. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, well, my mom and dad were really successful and they, you know, had to go have jobs. But they loved me and they provided for me and they were always supportive and they weren't like angry. They never hit me. Fucking, they were just busy and they're really good people and great teachers, so other people like them and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what the fuck? I didn't detect the issue in here except for you. Whether it's directed at me or some other thing doesn't matter.
Are you sure? Don't you have work this Friday?
The event will be in the evening, Mum. It shouldn't take anything away from my schedule. It's all right. The invite's for 2 people. I can bring someone with me so things don't get boring.
I see. Maybe you can also invite Ashton?
Mom,
What? Shut up. No.
that's a sure no from him. He hates attending parties. But
Well, how
I'll
could
see
you know?
what I
Maybe
can
if
do.
you ask him, instead of assuming what everybody will think, Becca,
Jesus.
I'm just saying. No, I know,
If
just
not,
what the fuck?
I can always bring Isabella with me. You know her. She won't say no if there's food involved.
It's at that house where, you know,
If
that
it's
ghost
not
happened.
going to be a
No.
problem for
But
you,
there's
I don't
food.
see why not.
No! Becca!
This
Have you
one,
not been
darling.
fucking listening?
No, Becca has not been listening because
Clearly. No,
that
she's too busy just being jealous.
because like the stabby ghost so far has been a not Becca problem. It needs to become a Becca problem before she cares.
Right? Yeah, ugh. I can't even with this one, you
No
know?
problem, Mum. I'll even say hi to Hana for you.
Please do. And let her know we'd love to see her once we're back in the city. Leave her our number or something.
I will.
But you know, the 2 of you would have become really good friends. Don't you remember? You met with her once. If my memory serves me right, you were 12
Yep, she
then?
put me in a pretty dress and told me boys will think I'm pretty. And then Ashley didn't notice because he's a dummy. This too, I can't recall. Becca has already seen the ghost in the backseat of the car. She almost cried. Yeah, but she thought nothing of it. She didn't even mention it, even though Isabella had been like freaked out all day.
Yeah.
And she's just like, God, Isabella, quit yelling. I just almost killed us because I shut my eyes. It's fine. Why are you being such a bitch? And you're like, what did you do? Because you almost killed her. Fuck you. She's in the right. You're just not.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those meetings where we only talked a bit before going our ways. If she did leave an impression, I'm pretty sure I would have written about it somewhere, or at least recognized her name. You did. It's in an app. I read it. No. As it is, the only few people I remember clearly from that time of my life is Ashton and Mandy.
Fucking Mandy.
It was a bitch when they were like 12, but then like, oh, to some extent. But then like Mandy seemed to realize, oh, actually I've been shitty growing up, and she has like a crippled brother who she adores and tries to take care of, and so she learned to be a better person and was trying to make it up, and Becca's still being petty, so it's like, fucking, you're just still awful. It's just, I can't. I'm almost so sensed my confusion because she lost.
Don't push yourself too hard, darling. Really? It felt like having 2 daughters back then. Sometimes I wish they didn't send her away to boarding school. But, well, you know how often that goes with them. Still, try talking to her while you're there.
Oh, we'll see. I'll let you know what happens after.
I'm looking forward to it, darling. Take care of yourself.
Will do.
I really just
You
don't
too,
know.
Mum.
My only guess is like she's supposed to sound kind of rich. It's like a weird rich old woman accent I've kind of heard in some things.
Yeah.
I don't. Doesn't
Bye.
sound Scottish
And tell
to me.
Dar to be careful next time.
Like her father, maybe a little bit. I'm not as. He didn't talk as much.
Yeah.
But her mom, I got no fucking clue. She chuckles then. A hearty one, tender and always light on my ears. She may be a stern teacher, but this is the part of her I love the most. The sound of it still echoes even as our call comes to an abrupt end, bringing with it a memory from so many years ago. And life and responsibilities that accompany adulthood are things far from our minds. If given the chance, I'd love to go back to those. Fucking yep, everybody do. I don't dwell on it though, shaking it away almost as soon as the memory forms a clear picture in my head. She certainly is really good at getting a thought and then going, nope, 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 can't.
Yeah.
But then having it anyways. I've always wondered how Isabella can easily pretend everything's normal over a phone call, then bounce back to her usual self immediately after. I've seen her do it plenty of times. For me, it just drains whatever energy I have. And with a whole day of teaching still ahead of me, I can't afford to look exhausted in front of my students. Even for a wee bit, it's never a good example to set. So, with another sigh, I put everything in the back of my mind and tread back to my room. The rest of my day waits. Okay. 15 minutes later, I'm heading back out, dressed for the day, my car keys in hand. Ordinarily, I don't stop for anything. There's never a need to. That's the beauty of this apartment complex. It's quiet and everyone keeps to themselves.
Also, it's a hotel.
Yeah, no, 100%. No useless platitudes in the morning, no need to wear a smile on your face lest the other people are nosy enough to ask. Today, however, the morning broadcast still plays from Isabella's room. Oh, okay, so she did leave. It's
Yeah.
just like the TV was left on.
Yeah.
My brisk pace slows to a stop, and a frown gradually forms on my face.
She hasn't left.
Of course, this isn't unusual. There are times when I've left earlier than she did, like last Friday before their open house. But those days are few and far between. It only happens in the direst circumstances, though the last part of that might be a bit of an exaggeration. However, with what's happened in the last few days, maybe today is one. The death of a friend isn't something anyone can brush off, and for someone like Isabella's the kind who gets attached to people easily. Wow, somebody dies and she's not just like, oh, that's sad. What the fuck?
Gosh, you silly people with your emotional attachments to other people.
You can just push that down and form this big ball of emotional angst, and then eventually you end up bringing a gun to school and shooting children. That's what's gonna happen if she keeps fucking doing this shit, man. You gotta work that shit out. With Zachary, Ashton, and I, that has been the case. I can't imagine what she might be going through right now, especially when the woman was someone she owed a lot, despite their training being brief. I've given her the space last night in deference, but perhaps today might be the proper time to check on her.
Oh, whatever. I've still got time anyway.
With light steps, I move closer to a door, hand already poised to knock. Still, I don't do so until I hear her answer me.
Isabella? Belle? Are you in there?
No answer. After a second, I finally knock, lightly so I don't disturb her in case she's sleeping and has merely left the telly running last night. Never mind how she never lets that happen, ever. Waste of electricity and all.
I just want to check on you before I leave. Is that okay? Are you going to work today, Belle?
Nothing.
I'm about to leave. If you want, I can drop you off.
I probably won't crash and kill us both. Another round of knocking. Then I'm fishing out a copy of a key from my bag and unlocking the door.
Oh, stream is hiccuping again. I'm gonna take a moment to reset all my crap.
Gotcha. Save real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna go and reset all of my network stuff. Stream will be back in a couple minutes.